Mr. Mufareh has created OnPassive to make a difference in people's lives. He wants your life to be better. And the concept that he had 5.5 years ago really hasn't changed that much. He wants to give you the ability to develop an income online and over time to get to that place where you don't worry about finances. And when you can do that, all of a sudden you have the capacity to get out of debt. And when you're out of debt, all of a sudden nobody controls you. When you have enough money coming in to take care of yourself, take care of your family, live the lifestyle you want to live, all of a sudden things change in your mindset. Now you become an independent individual, independent human being. You are sovereign. And because Mr. Mufareh has given us a way forward to develop that income, to get the place where we don't have to worry about finances, that financial bottom line, it truly does give us liberty and freedom. We know what's happened in the past. Mr. Mufareh has come on and talked about that, the things that went on within OnPassive. It's why we're having a relaunch of OnPassive. There was just some bad things happening with OnPassive out of Mr. Mufareh's control. He caught it, he fixed it, and we're in great shape now. OnPassive will do the relaunch. As we think about the relaunch of OnPassive, think about what's going to be happening in your life, because Mr. Mufareh, he did tell us that the structure of OnPassive, I know the corporate side has changed. The structure of the corporate side absolutely has changed. But I think the structure on the affiliate side, which is you and I, we have our business within OnPassive, it's going to change a little bit. I don't know what those changes are, but what I can tell you, and this is because Mr. Mufareh has told us this, the future is brighter today than any time in OnPassive. And as I think about OnPassive throughout the last 5.5 years, the future was brighter than I could ever even comprehend. And Mr. Mufareh has told us it's going to be even better than that. What's going to be happening with OnPassive will benefit you in ways that you haven't even imagined, you can't even imagine, probably haven't imagined. I believe OnPassive is still here to force you to be successful. What does that mean? It means we're going to have the ability and the tools to do the things we need to do online to develop that income. And I can tell you out of experience, because I know some of the products that Mr. Mufareh is going to be coming out with, everybody will be able to take the products of OnPassive, develop that income, and get to that place of financial independence. Now, the structure of OnPassive, Mr. Mufareh, he's going to start sharing that with us in the next weeks to come. Because OnPassive, they're doing the relaunch. He has to go over all of this stuff. And as he does that, I'll come out, as will other affiliates, other founders in OnPassive, and try and clarify it in a way that we can understand it. Mr. Mufareh, he's very, very good on his webinars, and if you listen closely, you pick up everything he wants to say, but sometimes it helps if you have someone else come out and kind of massage it a little bit. And I will be doing that in the weeks to come. And what came to my mind was a very, very simple concept, and it's building an economy of strength. And I don't want to talk in the macro, or the big picture, but I want to narrow it down to you. And what came to my mind was a very, very simple concept, and it's building an economy of strength. How do you build an economy of strength for you and your family? And all that means is, how do I come in, develop an income, and have the freedom to live life I want to live with my family, wife, and kids? And when we think about that, OnPassive comes to the forefront in major, major ways. And when we think about that, when we think about an economy of strength and we think about OnPassive, we think about the vision of Mr. Mufareh and OnPassive. And we know the vision of OnPassive. It's been around for 5.5 years, 6 years. Everybody here understands that OnPassive is going to go to work for you, which gives you the ability to develop an income online. They are literally going to go to work for you. So vision is really, really important. They are literally going to go to work for you. And 4 or 5 days ago when I listened to Ash, I thought about the vision, and then I thought about a very, very large corporation or even a government. And when you start to develop a company, you have to delegate authority. You have to do that. And OnPassive has gotten so large that Mr. Mufara had to delegate authority. And when you do that, you get a lot of people coming in, very, very smart people, but their vision is a little different than Mr. Mufara's. And all of a sudden, when you have this big organization, this bureaucracy, all of a sudden the vision of OnPassive, it starts to wane a little bit. It starts to change a little bit. We do not want that to happen. We know the vision of OnPassive. We know what Mr. Mufara is trying to do. We know that he's trying to change lives around the world. But when that vision starts to wander a little bit, all of a sudden it's not the original vision that Mr. Mufara had. And it changes in ways that affects each and every one of us. Well, what did Mr. Mufara do? It's very, very simple. He took control of the helm again and he said, no. I don't care who you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care what you bring to OnPassive. The vision of OnPassive will not change. It will not change. And Mr. Mufara, he took back the rudder and he steered us straight again with the true vision of OnPassive. It has not changed. It will not change. And OnPassive will go to work for each and every one of us. Now, when we start thinking about what Mr. Mufara just did, there are so many people that were freaking out and going, okay, it's in transition, it's in flux, we don't know what's going to happen. OnPassive, this could take another 3 months, another 6 months, another year. We just don't know where it's going to go. You are so wrong, and I disagree with you so much. OnPassive has not changed. OnPassive has not stopped moving forward. Just don't know where it's going to go. You are so wrong, and I disagree with you so much. OnPassive has not changed. OnPassive has not